And away from Liberia, the BBC says Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo has said he will not assent to an anti-gay bill until the Supreme Court rules on its constitutionality. Those were the headlines, not the news in detail. The plenary of the House of Representatives has overwhelmingly voted on a resolution calling for the establishment of a war and economic crime squad for Liberia. The resolution followed a bill sponsored by Montreal County District Number 3 Representative Sumomoba and co-sponsored by Representative Yeke Kolubat and several others. Representative Sumomoba and his co-sponsors in the bill submitted to the House of Representatives stated that the people who committed crimes against humanity must account for their actions. The bill further that in order to have a reconciled society, the establishment of the court must not be seen as a target for certain individuals. Representative Smo Morbat and colleagues argued that the unprecedented calls for the court establishment is a clear indication that victims of human rights abuses from the Civil War do not support perpetrators walking around with impunity. Despite the overwhelming vote for the passage of the resolution, it is established that majority of the Nimba County lawmakers did not vote for the resolution. With the exception of Representative Taiwan Wei, who signed the resolution, Representative Musability, Neko Gay, and others had dissenting views. Representative Ability and his colleagues from Neighbor County argued that the bill is in good faith, but time was needed to review it for informed decision making. The Neighbor County District Number 7 lawmaker further disclosed that many of them campaigned on the basis of consulting their consultants before taking decision. Representative Ability believes that revision of the previous documents as it relates to the establishment of the court is cardinal before affixing their signatures to the same document. The Environmental Protection Agency has fined its international company 55,000 United States dollars for violations of the Environmental Protection and Management Law of Liberia. The EPA has also mandated its international to pay the fine in government revenue at the Liberia Revenue Authority with an official receipt presented to the EPA within 72 hours. According to the acting executive director of the Environmental Protection Agency, Dr. Emmanuel Yakpawolo, its international offenses include operating under an expired environmental permit in violation of Part 3, Section C of the Environmental Protection and Management Law of Liberia and Section 37 of the EPA Act of 2003. Dr. Yakpawolo also named air pollution along the RIA highway in violation of Part 4, Section 36 of the EPML, as well as failure to regularly suppress dust along the RIA road corridor, which violates Section 5.2, Count 9 of the environmental permit. The acting EPA boss told a press conference on Tuesday that its international is requested to renew its expired permit and follow all the environmental protection laws of Liberia. At the same time, the Environmental Protection Agency has ordered the closure of Finchwell International Rock Quarry for violating the Protection and Management Law of Liberia until a more sustainable method is approved by the EPA. EPA boss Dr. Emmanuel Yakpawolo said the agency has investigated the activities of Finchwell International, an affiliate of East International, which operates a rock quarry in Benstown, Myean County. The report from the investigation showed that Finchwell has unsustainably backfilled a portion of the marshal wetland without reference to the Environmental Protection and Management Law of Liberia, amongst other offenses. According to Dr. Yapawolo, these acts by Financial International violate by 6 Section 75 of the Environmental Protection and Management Law, which calls for the protection of rivers, lakes, and wetlands. In another development, the Environmental Protection Agency has fined Quartz Incorporated 2,999 United States dollars to be paid in government's revenue at the Liberia Revenue Authority within 72 hours. According to the acting executive director of the Environmental Protection Agency, Dr. Emmanuel Yapawolo, the fine is in reaction to the violations of the Environmental Protection and Management Law of Liberia, including illegal mining without EPA's permit. Dr. Yapawolo outlined that Quartz does not have a permit from the EPA and it is conducting unsustainable beachside mining along the coast, amongst other violations of the Environmental Protection and Management Law of Liberia. He said findings of an EPA investigation report identified that Quartz Mining Corporation Incorporated, a company partly owned by a Liberian, is heavily involved in the mining, buying and processing of zircon at their facility without any authorization from the EPA. The findings also established wanton issues of environmental degradation taking place along the coastal habitat of New West Point community and the facility of Quartz. These actions by the management of Quartz, according to Dr. Emmanuel Yapawolo, contravene Part 3, Section C of the EPML and Section 37 of the Environmental Protection Agencies Act. Meanwhile, the EPA has issued a restoration order with a cost not less than 12,999 United States dollars that will be instituted and communicated to the management of Quartz Mining Company. Dr. Yapawolo spoke Tuesday at his first major press conference at the EPA in Monrovia. The Minister of Mines, Energy and Natural Resources has vowed to cancel all Class C mining licenses that are working at the detriment of the country. Speaking during his taking over ceremony at the Ministry on Tuesday, Minister Wilmot Pay said Liberia should not be struggling in the midst of abundant natural resources. Minister Pay disclosed that the issue of Class C license holders doing business at the detriment of the country is creating crisis in the mineral sector, disclosing that all licenses will be reviewed under his watch. He further that under his watch, there will be no voluntary inspectors, instead, employed inspectors in the sector who will account for their actions. Minister Pay added that he has not come to the position to complain and give excuses, but rather to work overtime to solve the problems facing the sector. The newly confirmed Minister of Mines, Energy and Natural Resources maintained that the resources of the country will not continue to be given out for talking and that the ministry's mineral policy will be updated under his leadership. Minister Wilmot Pay made the disclosures Tuesday when he took over as Minister Purport of the ministry. The European Union Election Observation Mission to Liberia has flagged the concerning issue of low women's participation in politics in Liberia, despite initiatives such as a soft quota in the national legislature and voluntary commitments from political parties. The EU said only 15.5% of candidates in the recent elections were women. Highlighting challenges, the EU mission noted the lack of adequate financing and fear of violence, which hindered women from effectively campaigning, evident in the newly elected legislators, where only 10% are women. Addressing these issues, the EU Election Observation Mission presented 22 recommendations to the Liberian government at a press conference on Tuesday in Monrovia. These recommendations call for a comprehensive review of electoral laws to rectify inconsistencies and gaps related to candidate registration, campaign financing, complaint handling, and appeals. Furthermore, the mission emphasized the importance of providing the National Elections Commission with sufficient and timely financial resources to ensure its independence and efficiency in carrying out its legal and operational responsibilities. If you're just joining us, this is a reminder that you are listening to a bulletin of news coming to you from the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. Away from Liberia, Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo has said he will not assent to an anti-gay bill until the Supreme Court rules on its constitutionality. Earlier, the finance ministry warned that billions of dollars in World Bank funding could be lost if it became law. Passed by MPs last week, it imposes a jail term of up to 3 years for identifying as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex, asexual, and others 5 years for promoting their activities. Human rights groups went to court even before it was passed by Parliament. Gay sex is already against the law in Ghana. It carries a 3-year prison sentence. The proposed 12 new legislation, the purported Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill, was backed by both of Ghana's main political parties, but cannot become law without the president's approval. The bill has been widely condemned by the UK and the US, and rights groups have described it as regressive. President Akufo-Addo had previously said that he would sign it if the majority of Ghanaians wanted him to do so. But he is now seeking to assure the diplomatic community that Ghana is committed to upholding human rights. To end this news program, a recap of the top stories. The plenary of the House of Representatives has overwhelmingly voted on a resolution calling for the establishment of a War and Economic Crime Squad in Liberia. The Environmental Protection Agency has fined its international company $55,000 for violations of the Environmental Protection and Management Law of Liberia. The Minister of Mines, Energy and Natural Resources has vowed to cancel all Class C mining licenses that are working at the detriment of the country. And away from Liberia, the BBC says Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo has said he will not assent to an anti-gay bill until the Supreme Court rules on its constitutionality. That's RCN News Bulletin at 7. My name is Olivia Bang. Good evening.
When it comes to communication in Liberia, orange is number one.
Orange is the best! Orange is the best! Oh, orange is the best!
Orange is the best!
strongest network, widest coverage,
Orange is the best.
fastest internet speed.
Orange is the best.
People, Orange is the best. Yes, Orange is the best. Lamakitie, Naratama, please woo. Company that's the Iboga Orange. Top of number 1. So we need to.
Company is the Orange. I don't got the best.
Orange will more you the telephone on top.
Reliable, trusted, and dependable.
Orange is about 7.
Yeah, Orange is
Orange is the best.
It's all about what matters to you. Orange. I would like to fund my account at any time, even here.
Right here, right now.
Here too.
Without moving an inch.
Here would be just perfect.
Henceforth, send money to your Orange Money account from your bank account and vice versa directly from your mobile phone. A simple and fast solution that is always available to ensure a permanent access to your Orange Money services. Anywhere, anytime, send money to your Orange Money account from your bank account from your mobile phone to cash out, to recharge, to transfer, to pay, to buy. To subscribe to this service, go to your bank branch office partner to the Orange Money service. It's all about what matters to you. Orange.